Is the ISUPK. That's the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge out of Harlem, New York since 1969 under Commanding General Yohana. And we've been sent out to teach the so-called Black, so-called Hispanic, and so-called Native Americans that we are the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Tonight's class is the law class, all right? Real good class tonight. This class is going to be showing how Esau is the spirit of Cain regenerated on the earth. All right. So look, this is what I'm telling you to do. Look, go get your precept book, get your pen, your pad, you know what I'm saying? And get ready to write down these precepts. You know how we get down. All right. So go get your drink, get set up. And when you come back, we'll be ready.
Excuse me, I got a question. Somebody give me Romans 13 and 11. I have a question. It's a Ronald car, man. Give me Romans 13 and 11.
Khan, this is the book of Romans, chapter 13, verse 11. And that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
Brother, you need a water? Thank you.
Hey, what's good, Zariah, man? What's up? Get your ass up. Oh, man, you always be tripping. What's going on, man?
What's good, Red?
Hey, man, they was clowning you at work today, man. So? I mean, we watched the video a couple times, but we really couldn't tell if it was you.
Yo, how's your eye?
Oh, it's cool. God damn!
What's up, Mark? What's up, Mark? Yo, let me get one of them flyers, man.
Man, I ain't giving you shit. You better get the hell out of here before Cat Pop come out here.
Man, come on, man. Why you gotta be like that, man? I'm trying to come to class, man. Why you acting crazy?
Man, you need to go do that.
Man, I ain't giving him shit.
Man, what? Man, you ain't gonna give me check. We need brothers to come to class.
Damn, man. Ite me yato me tararo tato.
Man, you fucking racist, man. Give me this goddamn flyer, man. You acting crazy, home.
Man, fuck you.
Oh, shit. Tebow, nigga.
What? Who?
Tebow.
Oh, damn, I ain't been to class in a minute. Shit. Oh, shit.
What's up, y'all? What's up, Red? Thanks for the bike. What you got on my ties, homie?
Man, I ain't got nothing. I thought you already collected the time.
I did, but I want Red's 10%.
Stall him out.
What's up, Red? What you got on my ties, homie?
I ain't got nothing, man.
Oh, yeah, you got something.
I ain't got. Hey, man, that's messed up, man.
Shut your ass up or I knock your ass out.
Yo, Tebow, man, that's messed up, man. Give him his money back.
What money?
You right now. The money.
Hey, man, why ain't y'all help me?
Yeah, man, I paid my tithes.
Man, that's fucked up. If it was y'all, I would have helped y'all. What about the time he took the ties from me in Zariah's backyard? Oh, that was different.
Man, let's jump him.
Man, sit your ass down, man.
Man, I got mind control over Tebow. When he here, I pay my tithes. But when he leave, I pay my tithes.
Man, damn, man. I should have just paid my tithes, man.
Man, that nigga gonna cry in the car.
He should have paid his tithes.
Shit, real shit.
This shit is endless. What I speak is the truth. I don't care if it's offensive. 12 rounds hit hard, and this shit gon' go the distance. Way to exit cool, but wait till you see the interest. Know that we them niggas when we walk inside the entrance. Put me as the GOAT, you should be honored to get a mention. All my clips is standard, but I still get extensions. Switch on the big 30, sound like when it's spitting. Album so high, I had to give them an extension. One West till they bury me. Yeah, that's the commitment. Don't trust the soul, niggas purring or they hit shit. What I speak is the
What's up,
truth.
y'all?
I don't care if it's offensive.
What's up, Red?
Life that I chose, no turning
Thanks for the
back
bike.
in this. They don't
What you got on my ties, homie?
God damn, man.
What I speak is the truth. I don't care if it's offensive.
God
Life
damn.
that I chose, no turning back. They don't understand when we tell them no forgiveness.
Tebow, nigga. Tebow.
Reincarnation, so you know this endless. I'm solidified and stamped. That's why I walk with a signet.
I went and did Salaya. What was
Good.
good?
Be like, man, that's fucked up. If it was y'all, I would have helped y'all.
All right, word. Man, that's fucked up. If it was y'all, I would have helped y'all.
Blameless. And if you ain't the same, I'm against it. Was born with this shit. The other half, I'm just gifted. 20 on me. Wish a nigga would so I could spend it. Start from the branch, then I ain't at the soil. You got a peer on me. That'll leave your family tree for you. Can't catch you, then
Yeah, that's right. We back in the building. All right. I hope you went and got your precept book. You know how your boy Tashi Young get down. Y'all know how you pull a lot of precept. But you know what? I'm gonna tell y'all, I tried to pipe it down. I tried to tone it down a little bit tonight. All right. Tried to tone the precepts down a little bit tonight. Now, getting into this class tonight and getting an understanding on what we're gonna go into, right? What we're going into tonight is we're showing this is what we're gonna show. ALI, before you go to Ecclesiastes, right? Give me that Matthew piece. Give me that Matthew. He laughing because we went over all of this and I completely went to somewhere else. Salakia. Look, just be ready to describe when you come. Just Just be ready to scribe. All right, so we're going to Matthew. We're going to Matthew 11. We're going to start. We can start at verse. We can start at verse 12. Let's get right to it. So what we're doing is I'm going to show you the mindset. Salakia. Before that, hold that, Matthew. This is a hip shot. Come on, y'all know it. Everybody watch these classes know your boy shoot from the hip. We're going to go to Malachi first. Malachi 4 and 5. That's what we're going to go to first. All right, so what we want to do is I want to get you to understand and get in the mindset of understanding that something that takes place here on earth that we're not used to, that we're not taught, all right? We're not taught certain things from the Christian church because they don't want to teach us these things. They don't have the discernment. And the reason why I say they don't want to teach us these things because some ministers, some pastors see it, but yet they see it, but yet they still move forward and they say, okay, I'm going to still go this way based on faith, right? So what we want to do is we want to renew the mind, right? Remember, the scripture says that now the law is going to be written on our minds, all right? He's not going to deal with us as a tutorer or a schoolmaster. We don't need that anymore. Now we're grown. We're adult now, right? So now we're going to have to be able to walk on our own. So we have to get you to understand based on a different mindset. All right. You have to be born again. You have to come to the Most High like a child, like a newborn baby, that you may understand and he may teach you. But if you come already with your own presuppositions, you're going to have a problem with that. You got that Malachi piece out?
4 and 5, right?
Malachi chapter 4 and verse 5.
Now
this is a prophecy by Malachi. And listen what it says. Read.
The book of Malachi, chapter 4, verse 5.
Read.
Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet.
Read it again.
Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet.
So Malachi is prophesying. He's saying, behold, I will send the prophet Elijah, right? The prophet, go ahead, read.
Before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord.
So he's saying that Elijah must come. A lot of people still, Christian churches still waiting on Elijah because they believe the two witnesses is Elijah and Moses. Just silly talk, just real silly talk, right? So now let's go to Matthew chapter 11, and we're going to start at verse 12 through verse 15. All right, let's get you get into the mindset, being born again, understanding that the Most High's ways is not your ways, right? Let's get that understanding. And in order to get that understanding, you have to take things in like this. You got it? 11 and 12. Now remember, he said before the great and dreadful day, Elisha must come. Read.
The book of Matthew, chapter 11, verse 12.
Read.
And from the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven suffereth violence, and the violent take it by force.
Read.
For all the prophets and the law prophesied until John.
So he's saying that all of the prophets of the Old Testament, from Adam all the way to John, right? From Adam all the way to John, prophesied about the Messiah. They prophesied about the coming of the Messiah until John. John didn't just prophesy about the Messiah. John saw the Messiah. John saw the Messiah. Abraham prophesied about the Messiah, but he never saw the Messiah. Moses prophesied about the Messiah, but he never saw the Messiah. All of the prophets, Ezekiel, Isaiah, Daniel, all of them prophesied about the coming of the Messiah until John. Read that again.
Chapter 12. And from the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven suffered violence, and the violent take it by force.
Come on.
For all the prophets and the law prophesied until John.
So they all prophesied until John. Read.
And if ye will receive it.
Read it again.
If ye will receive it.
Now, why Yahweh Shah saying this? Why is he saying if you receive it? Because he already know this is a difficult thing. You had the Pharisees and you had the Sadducees. You had one set believed in the resurrection, and you had another one that didn't. All right? So he already knew it. That's why he says, and if you will receive it. This is something that we will say today. When we out and we talking to Christians and we trying to get Christians to understand the truth, we'll say that. We'll say, and if you will receive it, read.
If ye will receive it, this is Elias.
This is who?
This is Elias.
Now, that's the reason why I'm saying Elias, this is Elijah, because this is Greek. So this is talking about Greek. I mean, Salaki, this is talking about Elisha in the Greek. So he said, and if you will receive it, this is Elisha. Read.
Which was for to come.
Which was what?
Which was for to come.
Which was for to come. Read.
He that hath ears.
If you have ears, read.
To hear.
Come on.
Let him hear.
Let him hear. These are talking about that discernment. All right? That's that discernment. You using the law to understand these scriptures. Remember, tonight is the law class. So we're going to use the law to understand about Cain and Esau. How are they related? Because he says, if you will receive it, this is Elijah, which was to come. Right? All right. So now, the mindset of understanding. Give me what you got in regeneration. Getting the understanding of what we're going into tonight. You have to understand that what we just showed you was Elisha was prophesied to come, and Elisha came, but he came and he was regenerated. He was resurrected as John the Baptist. That's what we just read. And if you will receive it, that's what it was. All right. So if you can't receive that, then we're going to have some issues. So let me give you a couple more precepts about regeneration that may help you understand what our position on where we're going. What you got out?
Ecclesiastes 1:4.
Give me that. Ecclesiastes 1, chapter 1 and verse 4. All right. So remember, we're going to get that mindset different. It's after the book of Proverbs. All right. Regeneration is important in understanding about Cain and Esau. All right. It's really, really important. So this is why we're bringing these precepts out again. Read.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1, verse 4.
Come on.
One generation passeth away, and another generation cometh.
Read it again.
One generation passeth away.
So in one generation, like this generation was here before. This generation passed away. Read.
And another generation cometh.
Then another generation come. Read.
But the earth abideth forever.
But the earth abideth forever. Give me verse 9 and 9 through, what you got? 9 through 11.
Verse 9. The thing that hath been.
The what?
The thing that hath been.
The things that has been. Just like Elisha. He has been. Read.
It is that which shall be.
It shall what?
It is that which shall be.
It is that which shall be. So it's saying the thing, Salakia, the thing that has been, it is that which shall be. Read.
And that which is done is that which shall be done.
Come on.
And there is no new thing under the sun.
No, there's a lot of half of things under the sun.
There is no new thing under the sun.
There's no new thing under the sun. So if a baby is born, is that a new thing? There's no new thing under the sun. Nothing. There's nothing new under the sun. Read.
Verse 10. Is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new?
See? You can't look at anything and say, oh, this is new. This is new on the earth. The Bible says there's no new thing under the sun. Verse 10, read that again.
Verse 10. Is there anything new whereof it may be said, see, this is new?
You can't say that. Read.
It hath been already of old time.
It has already been. It has already been of old time. It's already has been. It's already has happened. It's not new. It is of old. Read.
which was before us. There is no remembrance of former things.
This is the reason why, like John the Baptist don't remember who he was in his life before. This is the reason why you don't remember. This is the reason why I don't remember now. And I'm not saying this to be true, right? But sometimes I be thinking, right? When I get that thing they call like deja vu, I be trying to wonder where that come from. I just don't know where that comes from. And sometimes I ask myself, is it related to that? You know what I'm saying? Is it related to who I was before? Or like, okay, I'm the type of person, okay, I try to judge the things that I do like not like a voluntary muscle, not like an involuntary muscle. I judge those things spiritually that I do involuntary. All right. And when I do those things involuntary, that's what I judge. And I say, man, I must have been doing that before. Right. Read 11 again.
There is no remembrance of former things.
There's no remembrance of it. Read.
Neither shall there be any remembrance of things that are to come with those that shall come after.
So you're not going to remember. You're just not going to remember, right? Period. You're not going to remember. Give me Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 15.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verse 15.
Read.
That which hath been.
Read it again.
That which hath been.
That which has been, like Elijah. That which has been. Look. Like Cain, when we get into it, like Cain. That which has been. Read.
Is now. And that which is to be hath already been. And God requireth that which is past.
God has required that which is past. So look, now that we see this, right? And our mind is getting ready, is stimulated a little bit, and we're saying, wow, we're gonna pull some more precepts on that regeneration once we get into Cain. But let me show you something else. Now, Moses wrote the first 5 books of the scriptures, right? And in Moses' writings, Moses showed us some things that the Most High do when he curse you, when he calls a judgment to come on you, right? And one of the things that he would do is, and this is a major thing that he would do to cause a judgment to come up on you, is this. Give me Numbers chapter 12, and we're going to start at verse 2. Numbers chapter 12, and we're going to start at that. You can start at verse 1. You're going to give me 1 and 2. Just this is 1 and 2. This is dealing with Moses, right? So remember, Moses, what we're going to do is we're going to get a mindset once again on what the Most High does when he causes a curse to come up on you, when he calls a judgment to come up on you, right? We're going to take a look at this. Read.
The book of Numbers, chapter 12, verse 1.
Come on.
And Miriam and Aaron spake against Moses.
They did what?
Spake against Moses.
So Miriam and Aaron, they spoke against Moses. All right. This, our people, this is something commonly that our people do. Read.
Because of the Ethiopian woman whom he had married.
Come on.
For he had married an Ethiopian woman.
So Moses had married an Ethiopian woman. So now they're coming at him about it because it's unlawful. All right. Read.
And they said, hath the Lord indeed spoken only by Moses? So
they're asking a question. Did the Most High only speak by the mouth of Moses, which a lot of people always talk about today? Are you saying that the Most High is only speaking through Commander General Yohana?
Right.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're saying. We ain't stuttering with it. We very clear and very transparent. The Most High never sent a whole bunch of prophets. He never spent 2, 3 prophets. Y'all go down there and just mix up and no. No. And then when we did have it, it was in different periods of captivity.
Sir, okay? He never said
with different messages.
So why? Exactly. He never sent to agree with different.
Never did.
Because we do have prophets that were contemporary that lived the same time.
Yeah, but you know what? I was looking at that, and I'm glad you brought that out. What I was looking at was what I saw is you're right, but they were in different places. Like you had Jeremiah in Egypt. In Egypt. Then you had Nehemiah and Zechariah or something like that. They were all separated, but they was like Daniel. That's what it was. Daniel was in captivity in Babylon, and like you said, they all had the same message, but they were in different positions of their captivity. All right, but it was always just one. All right, read.
Verse 2. And they said, "Hath the Lord indeed spoken only by Moses?
Come on.
Hath he not spoken also by us?"
So they said, what about us? I hear this all the time. Because I got a Christian that I live with is a super Christian. And God only talks to this individual, and everybody on the planet is wrong. The Lord only talks to that person. So I hear this all the time. And they said, had not Yahweh indeed spoke only by Moses? Had he not spoken also by us? Read.
And the Lord heard it. Now the man Moses was very meek above all the men which were upon the face of the earth.
So the Most High heard it. He heard it. He heard them getting upset and talking about what's going on with Moses. So now the Most High is going to take matters in his hands, and he's going to cause a judgment to come up on them. He's going to cause a judgment to come up. I'm too hot. He's going to cause a judgment to come up on them, just like he did Cain. Watch this. Verse 6.
Verse 6. And he said, "Hear now my words.
Come on.
If there be a prophet among you,"
this is what the Most High is saying. Go ahead.
"I, the Lord, will make myself known unto him."
So he said, look, the Most High said, y'all tripping about Moses. If there's a prophet among y'all, I'm going to make myself known unto him. Read.
"I, the Lord, will make myself known unto him in a vision."
In a what?
In a vision.
Come on.
"And will speak unto him in a dream."
This is what he said about Moses. So he coming at him, he checking him, right? So now he's ready to deal with this insubordination. He's about to deal with it. Go down to verse 10. Like the Most High was hot. He was heated. As a matter of fact, go to verse 9.
Verse 9. "And the anger of the Lord was kindled against them.
Come on.
And he departed."
So he was angry against them. He was tight with them. And he departed, right? Read.
"And the cloud departed from the tabernacle.
Come on.
And behold, Miriam became leprous, white as snow."
Miriam became what?
Leprous, white as snow.
Let me ask y'all a question. If Esau wrote this, right? If the so-called white man wrote this, Salakia, if he wrote this, why would he make this a curse? Why would he make skin color, white skin color, a curse if he wrote this? Why would he do that? And you know that Moses was a brother by this. But because of Miriam's disobedience, the Most High caused a leprosy to come up on him as white as snow. Read.
"And Aaron looked upon Miriam, and behold, she was leprous."
So Aaron looked up on Miriam, was like, oh, snap. Salakia, watch what he said. Read.
"And Aaron said unto Moses, Also, my Lord, I beseech thee, lay not the sin upon us."
He said, lay not this sin up on us. Read.
"Wherein we have done foolishly."
Come on.
"And wherein we have sinned."
So they sinned speaking against Moses. So he's saying, don't lay this sin up on us. Don't do this to us, right? Because what you did to Miriam, this is how you define this. Read.
"Let her not be as one dead."
Let us not be as one dead. Don't let me be as one dead. Like what you just did to Miriam. You stripped away the melanin. Now she looks like one that's dead. Read.
of whom the flesh is half consumed.
Come on.
When he cometh out of his mother's womb.
You know how when a baby come out of the womb, when the baby initially comes out of the womb, the oxygen and all that gotta hit. Baby is pale. Even us, when we're born, you can still see the brownness, but you can see a little bit of this paleness. And Aaron is saying, listen, don't do that to me. Don't take away my melanin. Don't make me half dead. Oh, Salakia, don't do that. Don't do that to me. All right? So we see that. Now I'm gonna show you blonde hair. I'm gonna show you blonde hair in the scriptures. You know what blonde hair is at in the scriptures?
Is it in Leviticus when he said it was a blonde hair plucking up? Yellow hair.
Right, where is that at?
Right.
Where's that at?
I think I have it in my precepts.
Need that. You know what? But before we go there, let's go to 2 Kings 5. Let's get right to it, and then we're gonna go right to Esau. So y'all kind of like see the mindset on where we're going. All right. We showed you about the regeneration. Now we're showing you in the first 5 books of Moses how the Most High dealt with judgment against someone. He would cause them to be stripped of their melanin. He would strip them of the melanin of their skin, right? That's what he would do. Give me 2 Kings 5. Now I'm gonna show you how not only will he strip the melanin from you, he will also strip the melanin from your seed after you. So that's very important, because remember, our position is that Cain had children. And then when Cain had children, they all died, and then Esau came back and he had children. Which one I tell you?
2 Kings 5.
All right.
5:1.
You can start at 2 Kings 5, verse 1.
The book of 2 Kings, chapter 5, verse 1.
This is a very interesting event that took place in the scriptures right here. Read.
Now Naaman, captain of the host of the king of Syria, was a great man with his master, and honorable, because by him the Lord had given deliverance unto Syria. He was also a mighty man in valor, but he was a leper.
So Naaman was a great man, but he had leprosy, right? He had leprosy. He was an Israelite, but he had leprosy, right? Read.
Verse 2, and the Syrians had gone out by companies, and had brought away captive out of the land of Israel a little maid.
Come on.
And she waited on Naaman's wife.
All right. So this was Naaman's wife's handmaid, right? Read.
And she said unto her mistress,
come on,
would God my Lord were with the prophet that is in Samaria, for he would recover him of his leprosy.
So he said, look, go down to Samaria. There's a prophet down there, and he can cure you of your leprosy. Read.
And one went in and told his Lord, saying, thus and thus said the maid that is of the land of Israel.
Come on.
And the king of Syria said, go. Salakia.
So the king of Assyria told Naaman, go ahead.
Go, and I will send a letter unto the king of Israel.
So he said, go to Israel. I'm gonna send a letter with you. Go ahead.
And he departed and took with him 10 talents of silver, and 6,000 pieces of gold, and 10 changes of raiment.
Come on.
And he brought the letter to the king of Israel, saying, now, when this letter is come unto thee, behold, I have therewith sent Naaman my servant to thee, that thou mayest recover him of his leprosy.
So he sent a letter and asking the king, can you recover him from his leprosy, right? Read.
And it came to pass, when the king of Israel had read the letter, that he rent his clothes and said,
this is what the king said after he read the letter. What, you want me to do what? You want me to cure him of his leprosy? He said, this is what he did. Read.
Am I God?
He said, am I God?
To to make alive?
Can I kill and make alive? Do I have that power? This is what you're dealing with when you're dealing with leprosy. Remember, we saw what Aaron said, don't make me like that half dead. So he's saying, listen, am I God? Can I give life and death? Do I have control over life and death? Read.
That this man doth send unto me to recover a man of his leprosy?
Come on, man. Come on, really? Read.
Wherefore consider, I pray you, and see how he seeketh a quarrel against me.
All right. So now he's saying, you know what? Salaki, he said he fucking with me. That's what he said. He said, man, this boy, this, you know what? This gotta be a joke, man. He's messing with me. He's trying to pick a fight with me. That's what he gotta be. You're gonna send a letter and ask me to cure a man of leprosy? Come on, right? Read.
And it was so, when Elisha, the man of God, had heard that the king of Israel had rent his clothes, that he sent to the king, saying, wherefore hast thou rent thy clothes?
So he said, why did you rip your clothes? Go ahead.
Let him come now to me.
All right, let the man come. Let him come down. Let Naaman come down here. Go ahead.
And he shall know that there is a prophet in Israel.
Let him come down here, and he gonna know for sure that it's a prophet right down here. Just like now. You see what we doing?
Right.
You know there's a prophet down here. You see it. Go ahead, read.
So Naaman came with his horses and with his chariot, and stood at the door of the house of Elisha.
So he stood at the door, right? Go ahead.
And Elisha sent a messenger unto him, saying.
So he just sent the messenger out, right? He sent the messenger out, and this is what he said. Read.
Go and wash in Jordan 7 times, and thy flesh shall come again to thee.
So he said, look, just go down there and wash yourself 7 times, and you're gonna be good. That's what he said. Just go dip yourself in the Jordan 7 times, and you shall be good. Go ahead.
And thou shalt be clean.
Come on.
But Naaman was wroth.
So Naaman was mad. He was hot after that. Like, you sent a servant out to me, and he just told me to go down and dip myself 7 times in the Jordan, and I'm clean. He was tight about that. He was looking for something more. Go ahead, read.
And went away and said, behold, I thought he will surely come out to me and stand and call on the name of the Lord, his God, and strike his hand over the place and recover the leper.
That's what he thought. He's like, man, he was looking for a big show. He thought he was going to come out, you know? Like, you know how Creflo Dollar and TD Jakes, all of them put on a show. Yeah, that's what he thought. But no, he just sent the messenger out and said, man, look, go down there, dip yourself in the Jordan 7 times and you good. Read.
Are not Abana and Pharpar, rivers of Damascus, better than all the waters of Israel?
He's like, yo, you want me to go dip myself in Jordan? Man, I could go and dip myself in way better rivers than that. Read.
May I not wash in them and be clean? So he turned and went away in rage.
He went away in what?
In rage.
So he went away and he was upset. Then his servant told him, listen, you need to just go down there and just do it. Just do it. So in verse 14, it says, read.
Verse 14. Then went he down and dipped himself 7 times in Jordan, according to the saying of the man of God. And his flesh came again like unto the flesh of a little child, and he was clean.
So he went down and did it, and he was clean. He was good. Everything returned. Then he returned back. Verse 15.
Verse 15. And he returned to the man of God, he and all his company, and came and stood before him. And he said, behold, now I know that there is no God in all the earth but in Israel.
Come on.
Now therefore, I pray thee, take a blessing of thy servant. But he said, as the Lord liveth before whom I stand, I will receive none.
So he wanted to give him he wanted to bless him. He wanted to give him some gifts, right? And Elisha said, no, I take nothing from you. I don't want anything from you. Nothing, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna shoot to verse 20, right? Because after he said that he didn't want anything from Naaman, Naaman went on his way, right? But Elisha had a servant that was present that saw everything. And we about to read about him. Verse 20.
Verse 20. But Gehazi, the servant of Elisha, the man of God, said, Behold, my master hath spared Naaman. This Syrian is not receiving at his hands that which he brought. But as the Lord liveth, I will run after him and take somewhat of him.
So he said, look, man, Elisha ain't want it, but I'm going to get it. I'm about to come up.
Right.
I'm going to get that. I'll be right back.
Salakia, sir, that G name. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, you're right. You said it right. Go ahead, read.
So Gehazi followed after Naaman, and when Naaman saw him running after him, he lighted down from the
chariot.
Right. To meet him and said, Is all well?
So he got down. Hey, you good?
Yeah.
He got, yo, you all right? You good? Everything good? I mean, what's going on, read?
And he said, All is well. My master hath sent me, saying, Behold.
So now he's lying. Read.
Even now, there be come to me from Mount Ephraim 2 young men of the sons of the prophets. Give them, I pray thee, a talent of silver and 2 changes of garments.
So he said 2 men came down, 2 sons of the prophets, and now he's asking them, he's like, listen, give me some talent of silver and give me some change, give me some garments. I mean, so give me some money and clothes, right? Go ahead.
And Naaman said, Be content, take 2 talents. And he urged him and bound 2 talents of silver in 2 bags, which 2 changes of garments, and laid them upon 2 of his servants, and they bare them before him. Verse 24. And when he came to the tower, he took them from their hand and bestowed them in the house. And he let the men go, and they departed.
So they came back and helped him with the talents and the clothes and everything. And when he got back to the spot, he took it from them, and then he went in the crib, he hid it. He tucked it away. Because I'm gonna get that a little later on. That's my little thing. That's what he liked. That's my little thing. I'm good, right? Watch this, read.
And when he came to the tower, he took them from their hand and bestowed them in the house.
Come on.
And he let the men go, and they departed.
Read.
But he went in and stood before his master Elisha, said unto him, Whence comest thou, Gehazi? And he said, Thy servant went no whither. And he said unto him, Went not mine heart with thee?
So he said, look, I was with you, really. I was with you. Go ahead.
When the man turned again from his chariot to meet thee.
Come on.
Is it a time to receive money?
Right.
And to receive garments?
So he said, I was there with you. I saw all of this. Read.
And olive yards?
Come on.
And vineyards?
Come on.
And sheep and oxen and men servants and maid servants?
So he's getting at him. He's getting at Gehazi because he's like, yo, is it a time for that? I told him, remember, Elisha told him to just go. But Gehazi saw him and went and lied and said, 2 sons of the prophets came and I need some clothes. He said, look, man, I saw you. I was with you. I was with you. I seen that. So now check this out. Remember, we're showing you how the Most High, through the scriptures, cause a curse to come up on a man. And now I'm going to show you that not only that curse can come up on that man, but it also can come up on that seed when we're dealing with the stripping of melon. Read.
The leprosy therefore of Naaman.
This is what Elisha said. Read it.
The leprosy therefore of Naaman shall cleave unto thee.
So the leprosy, that white skin that he had, that Naaman had, now it's going to cleave unto you. Read.
And unto thy seed.
And unto who?
And unto thy seed.
And unto thy who?
And unto thy seed.
And to your children. Read.
Forever.
No, for only a half of the testament.
Forever.
Not a half a chapter.
Forever.
Forever. Read.
And he went out from his presence, a leper, as white as snow.
So not only the Most High will cause this type of judgment to come up on you, guess what? This type of judgment can come up on your seed also. I got a quick question. If Esau wrote this book, why is that there? Why did he put that there? Why would he make himself look bad? Why would he bring some type of judgment on the definition or the characteristic on how he defines the color of his skin? Because this is obvious right here that the Most High can cause leprosy to come up on you and your seed forever. Real quick, Genesis 3 and 15, then we're going to go to Genesis 4.
Genesis 3 and 15.
This is the Most High dealing with the curse. I just want to put this out there, and then we're going to get right into Genesis 4. We're going to look at this Cain, and we're going to look at Esau. We're going to compare these two. Read Genesis 3 and 15. Remember, we just read that the Most High, through Elisha, caused the curse to come up on Gehazi and his seed forever. His seed forever. All right? That's very important. All right? It's very important. So not only did he strip him of his leprosy, he caused that to come up on his children, his seed. Genesis 3 and 15.
Book of Genesis, chapter 3, verse 15.
Read.
And I will put enmity.
So he said, I will make enemies. Go ahead.
Between thee and the woman.
So between the woman and the serpent, he's going to put enmity between the two. Read.
And between thy seed.
And between thy seed. Read.
And her seed.
So remember, our position is Cain, his seeds was cursed too. They were stripped of their melanin too. They were stripped of their brown skin just as well. So now let's get over it. Let's get to it. Genesis chapter 4, and we're going to start at verse 1. I think we got the picture now. If you don't have a picture, I'm going to bring some more out again. But remember, there's nothing new under the sun. So Esau can't be new. He can't be a new baby. That baby and that child had to be here before. And we're going to show you that that child was here in the spirit as Cain. Read Genesis 1, Genesis 4 and 1.
Book of Genesis, chapter 4, verse 1.
Come on.
And Adam knew Eve, his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain, and said, I have gotten a man from the Lord.
All right, so he got Cain. Guess what? Cain was the oldest. Let's write that down. If you got write that down. Cain the oldest. Let me ask you a question. Who was the oldest between Esau and Jacob? Oh, okay. Let's write that down there. Esau. Gotta keep in touch. Esau, oldest, right? Go ahead.
Verse 2. And she again bare his brother Abel, and Abel was a keeper of sheep.
Okay, so they were brothers. Was Jacob and Esau brothers? Okay, so all right, so they were brothers. Okay, so that's another check. Similarity, right? All right, read.
But Cain was a tiller of the ground.
Come on.
Verse 3. And in process of time, it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground an offering unto the Lord. And Abel, he also brought of the firstlings of his flock and of the fat thereof. And the Lord had respect unto Abel and to his offering.
So the Most High had respect unto Abel, and he didn't have respect unto Cain. All right, read.
Verse 5, but unto Cain and to his offering,
come on,
he had not respect.
Read.
And Cain was very wroth.
So he was tight about that. He was upset about it. He was upset about it. Read.
And his countenance fell.
Come on.
And the Lord said unto Cain, Why art thou wroth? And why is thy countenance fallen?
Come on.
If thou doest well.
Now this verse right here, verse 7, is very important. This is very, very important. This is setting a stage for what's going to happen to Cain. This verse 7. Read.
If thou doest well.
Come on.
Shalt thou not be accepted?
Come on.
And if thou doest not well.
Come on.
Sin lieth at the door.
Read.
And unto thee shall be his desire.
Come on.
And thou shalt rule over him.
Okay, what is this saying? Because this a mean one right here. Verse 7. You got any idea? You want to take a shot?
I can start the question. What was the question again?
In Genesis chapter 4 and verse 7, it says, if thou do it well, shall thou not be accepted? That's a question. What is he saying?
What he's saying is, if you're bringing me like the goodness and the fatness of, your first, I'm saying like your first fruits.
Right. Don't get in more into that. Just get into what he's actually saying. He's saying, and you're right, but I want you to get right into it. If thou doeth well, shall thou not be accepted? So what is he saying right there?
If I did right by you, would you be rewarded?
Yeah, you're gonna be accepted. If you do right, you're gonna be accepted, right? He says, and if thou do it not well, sin lieth at the door. What is he saying?
And if you don't do right, see, it's the light at the doors was kind of tripping me up a little. All right,
okay. So what I'm gonna do is, right, we're gonna go ahead and break it down, right? So he said, which the first part what you said is correct. So he's telling Cain, all right? He's telling Cain, he says, if thou do it well, shall thou not be accepted? Because remember, his countenance fell. He was angry. He was upset. So the Most High said, listen, if you do right, won't you be accepted, right? And then when he says, and if thou do it not well, sin lieth at the door. So when he says that, that's key right there. That's key, because what he's saying is that I just want to make sure that it's real clean when I say it. All right, he's saying, and if thou do it not well, so if you do wrong, sin is crouching down at the door waiting to attack you. Like that sin is present and it's there. This is the reason why. He says, and unto you shall be his desire. Who is his desire?
Satan.
How do you know that? How do you know that? Where in the scriptures does it indicate that Satan is the authority in someone's life? Where, because we have that problem today. This right here in verse 7 is big because Satan has authority in a lot of people's lives, like a lot of blacks, Hispanics, and Native American people. You don't want to follow the Most High law, statutes, and the commandments? Listen, people get very upset when we talk about following the Most High's laws. After they didn't transgress the law, we telling you about the law, and now you're getting very upset. So this verse 7 is heavy. It's very heavy, very, very heavy. At the end, and unto thee shall be his desire. What is he saying? Satan will have a desire to rule over you, but you must master him. That's why he says, and thou shalt rule over him. You see that? You see it? Look, watch. And if thou do it well, shall thou not be accepted? Question. And if thou do it well, if thou do it not well, sin lieth. So sin is crouching. Sin is waiting to attack you at the door, right? And unto thee shall be his desire. So unto you, his desire is to have you, to rule over you. And he says, and thou shalt rule over him. But the Most High want you to master over him. That him is Satan. So, like you said, it's that spirit of Satan. Where can we find evidence of that? I'm going to give you an example. If you go to Psalms 109 and verse 6, go to Psalms 109 and verse 6. Who got the mic? You got the mic?
Psalms 109 and verse 6.
Read.
The book of Psalms, chapter 109 and verse 6. Set thou a wicked man over him, and let Satan stand at his right hand.
Why is he saying, and let Satan stand at his right hand? What does it mean when one is at your right hand? When Stephen looked up and saw Yahushua and the Most High sitting on the throne, where was the Most High standing?
Or where was Christ standing?
Salaki, where was Yahushua standing?
He was at his right hand.
He was at his right hand. So that right hand is your power and your authority. All right. So read that again, Psalms 109 and verse 6.
Set thou a wicked man over him, and let Satan stand at his right hand.
So a wicked man like Cain, right? Like Cain, because the scripture says Cain was of the wicked one, right? He stood at he has a desire to stand at Esau, at Cain's right side. That's what he had a desire to do. Stand at his right side. Give me Zechariah chapter 3.
Verse 1.
Book
of Zechariah, chapter 3, verse 1.
Read.
And he shewed me Joshua, the high priest, standing before the angel of the Lord.
So here's Joshua, the high priest, standing before the angel of the Lord. Read.
And Satan standing at his right hand.
Where was Satan at?
At his right hand.
Come on.
To resist him.
To do what?
To resist him.
So when Satan is standing at your right hand, he is there to resist you, to tempt you. All right? That's where your authority lies in. Read.
And the Lord said unto Satan, the Lord rebuke thee, O Satan.
So now he's going to clean Joshua up, right? This is what each and every one of us went through when we coming into the school, in the Israelite school of universal practical knowledge. When we're born again, we go through this process. Satan is at our right hand, and then the Most High will rebuke him. Read.
The Lord rebuke thee, O Satan. Even the Lord that hath chosen Jerusalem rebuke thee.
Come on.
Is not this a brand plucked out of the fire? Now Joshua was clothed with filthy garments, and stood before the angel.
Come on.
And he answered and spake unto those that stood before him, saying, Take away the filthy garments from him. And unto him he said, Behold, I have caused thine iniquity to pass from thee, and I will clothe thee with change of raiment.
So this is the Most High cleaning them up. All right. For the sake of time, y'all got it. But this is the Most High cleaning them up. But the point is, guess what? Satan was on his right hand. So this is when go back to Genesis 4 and 7.
The book of Genesis, chapter 4, verse 7.
Read.
If thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted.
So you should be accepted. This is the Most High saying, if you do right, if you follow my laws, you follow my commandments, you can't get mad at your brother. That's against the law. You can't get mad at your brother and go and kill him, right? You can't do that. Leviticus 19 tell us this, right? Read.
And if thou doest not well,
if you don't do right by me, read.
Sin lieth at the door.
That sin is crouching down like a roaring lion at that door, right? Read.
And unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him.
You should master him. You should not allow him to rule over you. You master him. Right. And you know how you master him? Doing exactly what the Most High said. Following him. That's what you do. Read.
And Cain talked with Abel his brother. And it came to pass, when they were in the field, that Cain rose up against Abel his brother and slew him.
Come on.
And the Lord said unto Cain, Where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? And he said, What hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground. And now art thou cursed from the earth,
Come on.
which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand.
So now the Most High is bringing a curse on him. He's bringing a curse on him. He's saying, now thou art cursed from the earth. Where were we made from? We was made from the earth. Being cursed from the earth is that melanin being taken. It's being taken away. Watch. Keep reading.
When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength.
Read.
A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth.
What is a fugitive? He's saying you're going to be a fugitive and a vagabond. A fugitive means that you, go ahead.
A fugitive is one that is running from the law.
So he's, right, so he's running from the law, right? Don't
the
we?
Judgment, slack, sir, or the judgment of
right.
the law.
Con. He's running from a judgment. He's a fugitive. That's just like anyone right now. You commit a crime, now you're running. Now you're on the run. You become a fugitive. A vagabond doesn't have a home. They running here and there. They're a wanderer. They here and there, like living in caves, living here, living there. And in order to do that, you have to have special talent in order to do that. Like if you're living here and living there and living here and living there, you're going to have a special talent. We're going to show you that Esau has all of these special talents. We're going to show you that Esau fits the description of what we're reading about Cain. Watch.
Right.
Read.
13. And Cain said unto the Lord, My punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid. And I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth.
So he's going to be a fugitive and a vagabond. He's going to be on the run, and he's going to be a wanderer. He doesn't really have no home. Let me ask y'all a question. Where Esau from? We know Esau is from Mount Seir in the scriptures. But right now, where's his home? Where's his home? Oh, you know where his home is? Wherever he's at. Wherever he go. Whatever he take. Whatever he steal. Am I wrong? Sounds like he's on the run because everywhere he goes, he commits crimes. He commits crimes everywhere he goes. He's a fugitive. Look at all the crimes that he committed against us. Look at all the crimes that he committed over in the 1844 Berlin Conference. Look at all of the crimes he committed in Europe, in Spain, in Russia, in Ukraine, everywhere. They're fugitives. He's here, he's there. Esau fits that description, or our oppressor fits that description. All right, read.
And it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me.
Well, that lets you know that there was others that was there. But he says anyone else that will find him will slay him. There's something about Esau that's making him going to stand out. And that's what makes him stand out. Because they're going to see him. Remember, everybody was brown. Read.
And the Lord said unto him, Therefore, whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold.
This is why he keep getting away with all these crimes. Because the Lord is going, I'm going to show you, the Lord is going to deal with Cain. The Lord is going to deal with Cain. Because Cain is still here. His spirit is still here and is in the body and the mind of Esau. Right? Read.
And the Lord said, Set a mark upon Cain, lest any find him should kill him.
So if you find him, you're going to see him. You're going to know who he is because he stands out. He has a mark on him. Remember, we just read how the Most High marked you. We just read how the Most High marked you. He'll cause a curse to come up on you, and he will strip you of your melanin, and he will cause leprosy to come up on you, and he will put it on your seed. This is a curse that takes you out of the presence of the Most High. We saw that language with with Aaron and Miriam, right? So read. Any more on verse 15?
All
right, I want you to shoot down to, all right, these are the descendants of Cain. Read verse 17.
Verse 17. And Cain knew his wife, and she conceived and bare Enoch. And he builded a city and called the name of the city after the name of his son Enoch.
So these are the descendants of Cain, all right? And one of the descendants of Cain, they were very skillful in craftsmen in steel and in brass. That's very important. I want you to go down to verse 22. I want them to see that.
Verse 22. And Zillah, she also bare Tubal-Cain, an instructor of every artificer in brass and iron. And the sister of Tubal-Cain was Naamah.
That's it? All right, that's it. All right, so you see, those are the descendants of Cain, right? So now I want you to go to Genesis chapter 6, and we're going to start at verse 8. We'll go to verse 8 to verse 13.
Start at verse 8.
God.
The book of Genesis, chapter 6, verse 8. And all the days of Seth were 912 years.
Salakia. Genesis chapter 6 and verse 8.
The book of Genesis, chapter 6, verse 8. But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. These are the generations of Noah. Noah was just a man and perfect in his generations. And Noah walked with God.
So he was perfect. The scripture says he was perfect in the eyes of the Most High, and he found grace by that perfection. All right. And he walked with the Most High. All right. It says he was perfect in his generation. Right. That's what it says. He was perfect. Hey, that's what it says. Verse 10. You read 10?
Verse 10.
Read.
And Noah begat 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth.
So he had 3 sons. Read.
The earth also was corrupt before God, and the earth was filled with violence.
Come on.
And God looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth. And God said unto Noah, the end of all flesh is come.
Read it again. The end of what?
The end of all flesh is come before him.
So the end of all flesh is coming before him. So that means everybody is going to die. Is the descendants of Cain dying? They dying too. Everybody dying. Everybody is dying. Now I want you to give me Ephesians, 2nd Ezra chapter 5 and Slakia. 2nd Ezra chapter 5. Salakia, 2nd Ezra 14. 2nd Ezra 14 and 35. Okay. So now we know that all flesh died, right? All flesh was killed. So Cain was killed too. All of his descendants was killed too. His seed was killed. But remember, the Most High put a mark on Cain. And if you read Cain's genealogy in Genesis chapter 4, I brought this out before, it doesn't say the difference between his genealogy and Seth's genealogy is that in Seth's genealogy, it shows you the word live, how long he lived. In Cain's genealogy, you don't see that because he didn't live before the Lord. He was cursed. He was taken out of his presence, all right? But remember, all flesh was killed in the flood. You got me? Read.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 14, verse 45.
Read. No, Salakia. 2nd Ezra, chapter 14 and 35.
35.
Come on.
For after death shall the judgment come.
So he died. The seed of Cain, the seed of everybody on the planet died. Read it again.
For after death shall the judgment come.
So after that death, after that flood, the judgment came. Read.
When we shall live again.
When what?
When we shall live again.
When Cain shall what?
live again.
When Cain shall what?
Live again.
This is what Cain, the seed of Cain received. This is what all flesh received. All flesh received this. Read it again.
For after death shall the judgment come.
Come on.
When we shall live again.
So after death is when your judgment come. All right? I want you to hold that. I want you to hold that, and I want you to go back to Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes. I want you to go to chapter 1. And I think it's verse 9. Yeah, let me see. No, it's actually Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 16 and 17. So remember, it says, for after death shall the judgment come, when we shall live again. Read.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verse 16.
Come on.
And moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment, that wickedness was there.
So it says that judgment is where? Under the sun. Where is under the sun? The under the sun is on the earth. So he says, and moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment. Read.
That wickedness was there.
Come on.
And the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there.
Come on.
I said in mine heart, God shall judge the righteous and the wicked.
Come on.
For there is a time there for every purpose and for every work.
So this is what, go back to Second Ezra 14 and 35.
Second Ezra.
Right. So Cain received, he died, he received the judgment when he would come back. Read.
For after death shall the judgment come, when we shall live again.
Come on.
And then shall the names of the righteous be manifest.
Come on.
And the works of ungodly shall be declared.
So this is when this take place. So remember, after the flood came the death. With the flood came death, then the judgment when you shall live, when Cain shall live again. The seed of Cain shall come back. I want you to get me Romans.
Real quick, while we're on this.
Go ahead.
If I may, got a precept in Psalms chapter 104, verse 29 and 30.
What's that you got?
Psalms 104.
Psalms, oh, God.
Verse 29 and 30.
I got it. Go ahead.
The book of Psalms, chapter 104, verse 29. Thou hidest thy face, they are troubled. Thou takest away their breath, they die, and return to their dust. Verse 30. Thou sendest forth thy spirit, they are created, and thou renewest the face of the earth.
They do what?
And thou renewest the face of the earth.
You can't get no better than that.
That's good.
So Cain gonna come back and renew the face of the earth.
Right.
And when he do this is how the Most High feel about him. Because remember, on the other side of that flood, he cursed him. And he said, he gonna be a fugitive and a vagabond. And the Most High gonna judge him. He don't want nobody else to touch this one. He's going to take care of this one. So now let's read it. Romans chapter 9 and verse 11.
The book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 11.
Come on.
For the children being not yet born.
So the children is talking about Jacob and Esau. And it's saying, and what we locking in on is Esau. So it was told to the mother, for the children being not yet born. The children wasn't born yet, but the judgment was already given. The judgment was given when he stood before the Most High. Right? Remember, judgment come, and then afterwards, when you will live again.
Right.
Right. And coming back to renew the face of the earth. Read.
Neither having done any good or evil.
So these children wasn't born yet. They haven't done any good or evil. Right? Read.
That the purpose of God, according to election, might stand.
According to what God, the Most High Power, has chosen, what he has did. He chose this. When did he do it? He elected this on the other side of the flood. So before the children being born, before they did any good or evil, read.
According to election might stand.
Come on.
Not of works, but of him that called.
This right here that's dealing with Cain and Jacob and Esau, Jacob and Esau don't got nothing to do with works. This got to do with the Most High's call. Read.
It was said unto her.
Come on.
The elder shall serve the younger.
The elder shall serve the younger. Come on.
As it is written.
As it was written in the scriptures. Before these children was born, before they did any good or evil. Read.
Jacob have I loved.
Jacob have I loved. Read.
But Esau have I hated.
But that Esau, I hated. Remember, when Esau fell, he was separated from the Most High. He was taken out of the presence of the Most High. He wasn't allowed to be with his brother Seth anymore. He was kicked out of the garden, right? So he became what? He became another nation. Even back then. Give me Genesis 25. Now let's get in. Let's look at Esau. Genesis 25. And I'm going to be speaking on a lot of things that we spoke about in Genesis. All right. We're going to start at Genesis 25 and verse 21.
The book of Genesis, chapter 25, verse 21.
Read.
And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife.
So he went to talk to the Most High about what was going on with his rib. Read.
Because she was barren.
Because she couldn't have any children. Come on.
And the Lord was entreated of him.
Come on.
And Rebekah, his wife, conceived.
So did she conceive, right? Now, when she conceived, the Most High had already put the judgment in on when these spirits would come back on this plane. Remember, they had died. One died. Now they're coming back. They're coming back. Read.
And the children struggled together within her.
So they were fighting right in the womb. It was no peace in the womb. Just like it's no peace now. All right. It was always tension between these two. Read.
And she said, if it be so, why am I thus?
So she asking, why is this happening in my womb? Read.
And she went to inquire of the Lord.
Come on.
And the Lord said unto her.
This is what the Most High said. Read.
2 nations are in thy womb.
How many?
2 nations are in thy womb.
So the Most High got 2 nations inside of her womb. They are separate. They are separated, not by works, but by him that calleth, right? So this ain't about works. So when he put these 2 nations in there, he putting these 2 nations in there purposely, because remember, they got to come back. Cain and Abel were brothers. So if we're saying that Esau is Cain, they got to be brothers. Jacob and Esau got to be brothers. So the scripture says there are 2 nations in thy womb. Read.
And 2 manner of people shall be. Oh, it just went down. It's a lot. And it's a lot, sir. What verse were we at?
Verse 23.
Verse 23.
And two manner of people.
And 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels.
Come on.
And the one people shall be stronger than the other.
Come on.
And the elder shall serve the younger.
Read.
And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb.
So now these children were twins. Read.
And the first came out red.
That's that mark. One came out red. Why did he come out red? He came out like Miriam. No melanin. This one came out as a leopard. But this was different because he would have said it was a leopard. this was a little different. This child looked like the child you see on our it looked like Esau. Look like Esau. Read.
All over like a hairy garment.
Read that again.
And the first came out red.
So the first came out red. That's that mark.
All over like a hairy garment.
Like a hairy garment. Read.
And they called his name Esau.
And they called this child's name Esau. Right? So now we have the mark. Right? We got the mark. But what about the vengeance? Remember, it says he will be a fugitive and a vagabond, right? Go to Genesis chapter 28. And we're going to start at verse 39. Salakia, just go to 40. Just go right to verse 40.
You said Genesis 20.
Salakia, start at 39 and verse 40. Genesis 27, Salakia. Genesis 27, verse 39. You can start at 38. 38 through 40, Salakia.
Verse 38.
Read.
And Esau said unto his father.
So now Esau, he wants a blessing, right? He wants a blessing. Read.
Hast thou but one blessing, my father?
Come on.
Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of earth.
So where he's going to live, notice, it's not giving him land. It's just saying you will live off the fatness of the earth. Read.
And of the dew of heaven from above.
Oh, he's gonna live good. Read.
And by the sword shalt thou live.
Oh, he's gonna be a killer, like a fugitive, like someone that'll be on the run, someone that'll commit crimes and then go on the run like a fugitive. He's gonna be a vagabond because he's just gonna live off the fatness of the earth, and he's gonna live by that steel, by that iron, by that brass, by that talent that he has of killing. Watch, read.
And shalt serve thy brother.
So you're going to serve thy brother, but that was broken. They broke that yoke. He broke the yoke of being under his brother after Solomon. But the point is, this is what he did. This is the blessing that he got. He became a hell of a killer, and he's going to live off the fatness of the earth. Not land, but just off the fatness of the earth. Read.
And it shall come to pass,
come on,
that thou shalt have dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck.
Now, so Esau, according to the scriptures, is going to be a fugitive and a vagabond. He's going to be on the run, right? He's going to be someone that goes and commits crimes, and he's just going to get away with it because vengeance belongs to the Most High. Give me Ezekiel chapter 35 and verse 1.
Verse 1.
Yeah, you can start 35 verse 1.
The book of Ezekiel chapter 35 verse 1.
Come on.
Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir.
So this is a judgment against who lives in Mount Seir? Who's from Mount Seir? Anybody know? You know?
The Edomites.
The Edomites. And you'll find that, I'm just going to get a precept for it. That's in Genesis 30. So like Genesis. Where's it at? Where's it at that talks about Mount Seir and Esau living there? Is that verse 35, chapter 35? No, it ain't chapter 35. But there's a
Verse 32. I mean, chapter 32.
Is it 32? I just wanted to quote it. That's all. You don't gotta. I don't want. You don't gotta read it.
Or do you want Mount Seir?
Mount Seir, yeah, con.
36 and 9.
It's 36. Right. So just make a note of that in the comments. 36 and 9. That's the precept that he's from Mount Seir. So this judgment that he's talking about in Ezekiel 35 is against Esau, right? Read.
Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it.
Read.
And say unto it, thus saith the Lord God, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out mine hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste.
Come on.
And thou shalt be desolate.
Come on.
And thou shalt know that I am the Lord.
Remember, the Most High said all these things concerning Esau. Remember, he laid all of this out before Esau was born. Not by these works. He just hated him from the rip before he came through that womb. Before he cracked through that womb, the Most High said, this is not based on works. All right? This is not based on works. Vengeance belongs to the Most High. Esau, the spirit of Cain, will be a fugitive and a vagabond on the earth. And the Most High is the one that's going to judge him. Remember, he put a mark on him and said, look, ain't nobody going to touch you. You touch him, it's, what is it, sevenfold? You'll be judged sevenfold, right? So the Most High is going to take this judgment. This is the reason why we're reading these precepts. Read.
Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred.
They had what?
A perpetual hatred.
Come on.
And has shed the blood of the children of Israel by force.
Is this what they're doing today? They have a perpetual hatred. They can't help it. Remember, this started in the womb. This started on the other side of the flood when Cain killed his brother Abel. Right? That's where this all started. This is why even in the womb they fought and they struggled before they came out. And the Most High said, I love one and I hate the other one. Read.
By force of the sword in the time of their calamity.
Come on.
In the time that their iniquity had an end.
All right, go down to verse 15.
Verse 15. As thou didst rejoice at the inheritance of the house of Israel.
Come on.
Because it was desolate.
So y'all, they were happy. They rejoiced over our land being laid desolate by us going and being led away captives. Read.
So will I do unto thee.
So he's going to do the same thing to you. Come on.
Thou shalt be desolate, O Mount Seir.
Come on.
In all Idumea.
Idumea is a Greek word for the Edomites. Right? Read.
Even all of it.
Come on.
And the Lord shall know that and they shall know that I am the Lord.
Chapter 35 and verse 5.
Verse 5. Because thou had a perpetual hatred and had shed the blood of the children of Israel.
And did what?
Shed the blood of the children of Israel.
This is what they have done to us. Read.
By force of the sword in the time of their calamity. In the time that their iniquity had an end. Continue reading.
That was it on verse 5?
That was 35 and 5.
Salakia, 36 and 5.
36 and 5? 36 and 5. Therefore, thus saith the Lord God, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen, and against all Idumea.
Against all Idumea. Did that say some of Idumea?
All Idumea.
Of all of Idumea. Read.
Which have appointed my land into their possession, with the joy of their heart, with despiteful minds to cast it out for prey.
All right. So the Most High is going to bring a judgment on Esau. And if you read the book of Obadiah, that whole book is about the Most High bringing judgment, bringing a vengeance upon Esau.
Right.
So Esau is of the wicked one. He's of, what is that precept? Give me 1 John. Is that 1 John 3 and 12?
The book of 1 John, chapter 3, verse 12.
Oh, let me get there and make sure is that right. Go ahead, read.
Not as Cain, who was of the wicked one.
See, not as Cain, read.
Who was of that wicked one.
Who is the wicked one that was of Cain? That was that one in Genesis 4 and 7 that wished to rule over him, wished to master him instead of him mastering him. Instead of him mastering Satan, he mastered him. Read.
And slew his brother. And wherefore slew he him? Because his own works were evil.
Because his own works were evil.
And his brother's righteous.
And his brothers was righteous. And his was evil because he was of the wicked one. Is there any questions in the chat?
I have one question.
Go ahead.
I'm looking for the one verse that says wasted away.
I think that's the definite. Isn't that?
Yeah, that's Genesis 25.
Man.
When it says Esau means wasted away.
Edom.
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 I don't know where that precept back about him being wasted away. Is that yeah, I don't know. I don't know that. I thought that was a definition that they just used. All right, look, and before we go, it's just like when, real quick, it's just like when Judas, if I may add, right? If you talk about Judas, right? Judas, Satan got on him and Peter. The Most High spoke about it. Give me Matthew 16 real quick, Salaki. Here comes some hip shots. Matthew 16.
The book of Matthew, chapter 16, verse 1.
Nah, go to Matthew 16 and hold on, Salakia, 23.
The book of Matthew, chapter 16, verse 20.
Salakia, start at 22.
Verse 22. Then Peter took him and began to rebuke him, saying, Be it far from thee, Lord, this shall not be unto thee.
This is when Peter stepped in and was like, when Yahushua was saying he had to go to Jerusalem and be killed, Peter stepped in and was like, no, this ain't happening, not on my watch. Go ahead, read.
But he turned and said unto Peter,
What'd he say?
Get thee behind me, Satan.
What'd he say?
Get thee behind me, Satan.
Just like when Cain, the issue that Cain was dealing with, and Satan wanted to desire to rule over him, this is what Yahushua was dealing with Peter. Read it again.
But he turned and said unto Peter, Get thee behind me, Satan. Thou art an offense unto me.
So this is, see how Satan does it? Now I want you to go to Luke 22 and 3. It might be 21. See how this is how it happens. Whenever you going against the Most High's laws, statutes, and the commandments, Satan is on your right hand. Satan is up on you. Satan did you like Yahushua was telling Satan not to do Peter. This is what's up on you. What you got? Luke 22 and
3.
Start at 1 so we can see what's going on right now.
The book of Luke, chapter 22, verse 1.
Come on.
Now the feast of unleavened bread drew nigh, which is called the Passover. And the chief priests and scribes sought how they might kill him.
So this was about killing the Most High. Killing Yahushua. That's what this was about, right? Read.
For they feared the people.
Come on.
Then entered Satan into Judas.
Then entered what?
Satan into Judas.
Satan entered into Judas. He came on his right side. He became his authority. Read.
Surnamed Iscariot.
Go down to verse 31.
Verse 31. And the Lord said, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan hath desired to have you, that he may sift you as wheat. but I have prayed for thee, that thy faith fail not.
No, you see the language that he used? He says desire. Satan desired to rule. The same language that we read about when we're dealing with Cain. Satan got on Cain and ruled over him. And then he was cursed, and his seed was cursed. Remember, we read Genesis 3 and 15. So there was a curse on his seed, just like it was on Gehazi. All right, same thing. And I'm going to give you one more scripture, Matthew 6 and 24. And understand this. Following those laws and those statutes and those commandments, Yahushua is with you. The Most High is on your right side. All right? That's what happens when you following after the law, statutes, and the commandments. But in Matthew 6 and 24, it reads,
The book of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 24.
Come on.
No man can serve two masters.
No man can serve two masters. You either gonna have the Most High on your right side, or you gonna have Satan on your right side. Read.
For either he will hate the one,
come on,
and love the other.
I hate the oppressor. I hate the oppressor. All right, and I love the Most High. So I love one and I hate the other. Read.
Or else he will hold to the one,
come on,
and despise the other.
Read.
Ye cannot serve God and mammon.
You can't serve two masters. You either gonna be down with the Most High and follow his laws and statutes and his commandments, or you're gonna be like Esau with the spirit of Cain, of the wicked one. One of the two. But you got to serve one. Here in the School of Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, you know who we serve. We serve the Most High under Yahushua. Yahushua is our king, and Yahweh is his father. All right?
All right.
Any questions? Any questions online? Any questions? You got any questions? Room? All right, so you're going to call me later. I know you're going to call me later. You're going to call me later. All right. I'm going to pass the class over to Priest and Officer Mataziala. All right. I always go the wrong way. Always.
ISUPK security announcements. Rules for new brothers and sisters. Where new brothers and sisters come to the school, they are all limited for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to learn to shed themselves on the world. The nature application and teachable arrangement. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, they are to seek counsel from the heads. Tithe, which is commanded. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10, means 10th in Hebrew, Ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Priest funds, free will offering for the priest. It's not mandatory. It's whatever amount you like to donate. Upcoming holy convocations. We are in the midst of the Feast of Tabernacles right now, as we speak. All right. The next holy convocation after this will be the Feast of Dedication, I believe.
Okay.
Which I'll get posted on the date for that later on. I'll have the date for that. All right, so, and if anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. With that being said, individual, Elijah, I'm going to give a courtesy salute. Individual, Elijah Shabbat, Elijah, Rock,
Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Yahweh Sorry for his turn. His sister courtesy salute. Individual, Elijah, sister Elijah. Individual, Elijah, Shabbat. Elijah, Rock,
Yahweh Shema Al Shem Yahushua.
Yahweh God is dismissed.
It's a lot. It's like I was having this.
That's why I laugh. I'm sitting there with that.
Yeah, man.
Man, I appreciate you coming up.